Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before you are tantalized in your pleasure centers for tonight's broadcast of the Bald and Bonkers show, we must inform you that sadly, due to the powers that be that constantly spy on you 24/7, 7 days a week, your time, we are unable to provide the usual plethora of music and visual stimuli to ease your short attention spans. My name is Heldog from the planet, and we hope you enjoy this broadcast. Wait a minute.
Hey, what's this dude?
Billy Ray,
What?
what do you have there?
Thing?
Put that damn thing down, Billy Ray.
What's
Hey, Billy.
this? Hey, John, what's this?
I thought we were going to stop bringing dumbass rednecks up here. Crap, is this thing still on? Okay. Enjoy the show!
Viewer discretion advised, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's broadcast.
I can't believe he
Okay,
actually
now we're
figured it out,
covered.
man. I think he's froze. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a treat for you. We have managed to obtain a special guest for tonight. His name is none other than Drew Mole. Live from London, England, UK. And he's
It
froze.
sounds so fucking posh, but he's just like,
I know. Look at me. I think he's froze. I think his internet's went off.
hey.
He looks like he's taking a stroke. He's like that guy. What you call him? It was in the wheelchair. The really intelligent guy.
You're saying your brother looks like Stephen Hawking?
Aye. Why no? He's frozen. He can't say nothing. You know? Why no?
Okay.
He's frozen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to my brother. That's the guy that's usually in the chat that talks a lot of, well, whatever he talks. But he's here tonight, but he's frozen in the space-time continuum. He's like,
you know, it's
kinda
too
like
bad
one side.
we can't. You know, it's too bad we can't do like some sort of filter to make it look like frozen carbonite. You know, Han Solo his ass.
Okay, I was just thinking, maybe the aliens, he's got some video to show us that he captured last night, guys, right? Maybe what it is, they've beamed them up and they've frozen time in his very room right now. He's like, let's see if I can do it. That's kind of like that's kind of like it. See, this is great. I can take the piss out of him and he can't do nothing, you know?
Oh, lordy.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, the joys sometimes that the gods bring upon us is things happen like this, you know? Don't worry, he's coming for Christmas. He can get me back, you know? But who do we all have in the chat? We have PWI, Spiritual Investigators. What do you think of that? That made look professional there. You know?
Wait, you trying to go into ASMR videos now?
Oh, yes. And we have Stephen Blankenship. We have Princess. What's that? Is that Princess? Brate Sparkle. But I've just got to call you Princess because it makes life easier. Princess.
I think she would enjoy that.
Oh, your name is Princess. That's my kind of posh voice, you know. Who else we got there? We've got Drew's Paranormal Vlog, Scotland. I had to say that, you know. What? I'm feeling very energized for last night. I mean, last night.
Oh, wait, after last night, you were fucking concerning, man.
I wouldn't worry about it between the aliens, the extraterrestrials, the aliens, the abductions.
Like I said last night, either I was going to put a gun to your head or kick down your door because you look like you were about to do something stupid. And unfortunately, this time of year is not a time to mess around with that type of thing.
Joy to behead the newborn king. No, I do feel like kind of relaxed tonight. Last night, I don't know, the internet just kept breaking up for everybody. And it was just diabolical. I did feel like, I don't know. It's maybe aliens. I blame the aliens. It's the aliens' fault.
careful with Jonna saying she's just a brat and you're talking about choking. This could get very awkward for her husband.
Well, if she's into that kind of thing, I don't know. Just ignored me. I've went mad.
What
You
the
know?
fuck?
What is it now?
Oh, sorry. I thought there was like a weird black spot that was popping
weird-
up, blocking my side of
A
the screen.
weird
But that was
black spot.
there's a black spot. Don't Pirates of the Caribbean.
Black spot. I'm going to actually go and see what's happened to my brother. Let's see. I'll click on Messenger. He's probably pressing frantically all his buttons. You know?
And here I was starting to think that Drew was the more intelligent brother.
Yeah, well, he does drive about in a wee wheelchair. He's like, I mean, it's you know what's going to happen here. You know what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen. I play the Xbox, right? So tomorrow night I'll turn on the Xbox, and my brother will be waiting on me.
Too bad we can patch the like Xbox audio into the show and have them come through there.
Oh my god! Xbox Live audio. You have any idea how bad that would be?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, shall we? What do you have any news about UFOs or anything like that before we jump into the subject?
Yeah, I was kind of starting to try to dip into this area because UFOs once again in the highlight, but I didn't realize what the Trump's Department of Defense bill that he snuck in that there were supposed to be monthly updates.
Yes.
And of course, they're doing all sorts of dancing around. But I also noticed that Stephen Colbert's talking that he had a chat with Obama, asking about aliens, and knowing full well President Obama was a fucking nerd. So that would be one of the first things he looked into.
I mean, to be honest with you, see NASA. I think NASA's just a cover. It's just a cover. It really is. I mean, you think of the technology that they've got and all the ships that they've got stashed away. It's just a cover. That's all it is. I mean, what's your thoughts on the International Space Station?
Well, useful potential. There's been more footage of weird craft showing up near the space station and all of a sudden getting cut out. And looks a lot like some of Elena Denon's drawings, to be completely honest with you. Then, speaking of NASA, there also talks of them trying to organize a mission to catch up with the Oumuamua.
But they'll never be able to catch up with Oumuamua because it's accelerated due to this solar system.
Yeah, they said it would take about 26 years for it to catch up.
Yeah, but that time we probably built a new engine that could go faster than them.
Well, there was...
See, I've always wondered that, right? That's something I've always wondered, right? And I came totally off the subject, right? You see all these movies that are out there, right? All these space movies are out there, right? They're like, right? They're going in an arc, right? To a distant world, right? And it's got to take 100 years to get to that planet, right? But what happens if the humans in that 100 years develop the technology to travel to that world in, let's say, 5 minutes? What's going to happen then?
Certainly makes you wonder.
Nobody's really
but then again,
in a movie.
But then again, most of our efforts to do stuff like that get suppressed. You know,
that's very true.
Water-based engines for cars. That ends up getting people shot.
That's weird. I was watching something about that last night. About this guy invented a cell. It's called, and it produced hydrogen. And oh my goodness, he's actually made it back in. He's back.
It looks like we got some sort of feed going.
So, right. Drew, what were the aliens saying?
Wait a minute.
Right.
What?
Wait, you want to see? We want to see my UFOs.
Yeah, we're just going to play it the new for everybody. Let's play it.
Come on, show it then. Everybody, let's have a look at this.
I'll do it. There you go.
There we go.
I seen this last night, right? I was at the back having a smoke with my bird, and I seen these lights in the sky, right? And this went on for 10 minutes. This is only 30 seconds yet, but it went on for 10 minutes, and they look like Chinese lanterns. But they're no different colours, which made me think they're the Chinese lanterns. So I'm actually looking for answers. Thank you.
Well, if you really think about it, they're quite big, whatever they are, because you're quite far away, but they're still quite big. So they're actually they're bigger than helicopters, whatever they are. You know,
There's no noise coming after them. They're no helicopters.
I know that's what I'm saying. They're bigger than helicopters. They're much bigger.
See, for
So
30
what could they
seconds, I
possibly
thought that
be?
was it. I thought we were fucking had it. I thought, I honestly, I genuinely
He
thought there
thought,
for
he
a
thought the
fucking
Russians were going to invade. Is that
Russians are going to invade. Aye.
Oh, what's happened to my screen?
What?
It's frozen.
It's just went
The
all
two
black.
boiled,
It's weird.
the two boiled eggs.
That's weird. That's it. Just all went all weird there. It just
Then
went
quit
totally weird.
talking shit about the Russians.
I'm not talking anything to the Russians. I never mentioned the Russians. Have you ever mentioned the Russians, Drew?
You just mentioned that. Oh, the Russians are invading. Literally
See,
just
Drew never
did.
mentioned the Russians. Drew, end in the chat. Did any of you guys in the chat mention the Russians?
Would you quit gaslighting people, you abusive fucking prick?
How did you know that about them, Tay? How that's
See,
uncanny?
this is what I have to put up with, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I
That's,
have to put up
that
with.
is uncanny, Dakota. Uncanny.
You know, but I never mentioned the Russians. Who the hell?
You just fucking did.
I know. Look, Mr. Putin, if you're watching, we know your secrets.
Aye. Well, the reason I think folk are worried is because the that's quite clever actually. Do you know the guy that invented the knock knock joke? He got the Nobel Prize.
Very good, Drew. Very good, Drew. Do you not get that? Dakota, do you not get that joke? You got to remember he's simple-minded, Drew. He's quite simple-minded. So, Drew, what else? Have you never experienced anything like that ever in London? Have you never seen anything?
No, never. Well, aye, I've seen lights shining up into the sky. Kind of the two lights for the Twin Towers and that.
Right.
They do that now and again. You see that? And that's kind of strange, but you know what that is. That's just a fucking light. That I seen last night. I don't think it was Chinese lanterns, by the way, because if I was going to launch a load of Chinese lanterns, I'd make them all different colours.
Well, if they were Chinese lanterns, they're the size of balloons. Huge ones. They're huge. They're too big.
Well, what the fuck are they?
Oh, there's some pretty big ones.
Chinese lanterns are banned in the United Kingdom because they were causing fires.
Fires, aye. Forest fires, aye. That's what I was saying earlier on. Before I froze. Before I got taken. We frozen.
See, that's it. There was a weird kind of weird noise. Aye, you were like that.
I know. I can.
You know. See, this is too much for our chat. There's two Scottish people in the live tonight. That's what it is. See, the chat's kind of melting.
And I'm having a miracle of being able to understand you both.
What do you mean? Drew's a Londoner. Drew's got the London accent.
Think about what you're trying to do to me. You better think.
See, so
let your mind be free.
I tell you
freedom.
What,
Freedom.
What other?
Freedom.
Oh, for God's sake! This is one of the Dakota. See, you changing my name, right? That's it.
Minutes.
Wee ball bag.
13 minutes. The chat was trying to warn you that I did that.
Wee ball bag. That's quite funny, actually. How did you manage that?
I don't know. I never noticed that, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. But there you go.
The chat was literally trying to warn you.
I never seen that. I see. That's what I'm trying to interview our guest, which is hard enough. You know, I mean, getting blood for a stone would probably be easier. But yeah, I mean, it's what other strange things are going on in the world now, Dakota?
This specific you're just phrasing in.
For a second there, I thought the aliens had took him away there.
No, I wasn't frozen again. No, I'm like that. We used to. It's like the Three Stooges.
Well, who's that? Who's that?
Who's that guy?
They've called this episode the Three Stooges. Who said that? Who said that? Is that you, Brian? Is that Brian?
No, that was me putting it into the chat.
All right, for a second. I thought it was
Parapost.
Brian.
Do you need to be mentally ill to work here, or does it just help?
Yeah, you do. I do.
It helps.
It gets you in bit quicker. What's this? Oh my god! See, that's a
Sherry, Drew, Jonna,
I never
Smith
noticed.
family, they were all trying
off
to
it.
warn you.
That's weird. That is so weird. That I'm going to get Dakota back. I mean, I will get Dakota back. I mean, right, I tell you what, let's keep things serious, right? And keep the UFO subject running.
Aye.
What other news do you have, Dakota?
Seemingly there's been like RAF pilots have been seeing a lot of them and stuff like that, and they've been told to keep their mouth shut, and then they let it spill at a party or something like that. But like, listen, I seen something up there, man, when I was up there, you know. And then they go and tell their mates, and before you can, it becomes like a cult legend kind of fucking story. You know what I mean? That's what we're looking at here.
He's not wrong.
It's too much Scottish for the people in the chat. You've got to remember, Drew, you're talking to Americans in there, and some of them don't understand what you're saying. I can understand you perfectly fine, but
Well, I don't know, man. What do you want me to do? You know, stand on my head and juggle with my toes or what?
Can you?
Juggle with titties? What?
See, this has got to get in all time is one of the most exciting lives I think.
Bald and Bonkers ever series.
Drew.
Drew, the man behind the name, has come to see you.
I will say this. I do think disclosure on that is coming, because see the UFOs that have been getting more and more and more. I will say that.
I don't know, man. It's getting to be kind of weird because if you watch some
Sorry, but I need to open a beverage.
No, that's all
so
right.
On you go. You're saying Dakota.
I was just going to say, I've also noticed they're starting to backtrack a lot.
What do you mean?
Well, think about that. Famous Tic Tac video Tommy DeLonge leaked.
That's right.
They're trying to say that was a Chinese drone.
That wasn't a Chinese drone. It was too fast. It was the same speed as an F-15.
I was about to say, if that was a drone, that's pretty impressive. 1, 2, really? They're still trying to go for it's the Russians. Oh, it's the Chinese. They used this shit back during the Cold War.
Do you think about it? See all the technology that's out there now. See all the technology.
A probe.
Self-driving.
A probe. I say a probe.
A probe. But see all the technology that's out there now, like self-driving cars and that. Why could they not take that technology and put it in a fighter jet?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, here's the thing, right? See if aliens were to invade, right? What would be the best way to do it, right? You would look up into the sky and say, there's loads of these planes going about, they've got lights on them and that, they go about quite at this speed and that. You could, well, the best thing to do would just be kid on you with a plane. You know, there's probably pilots out there that believe that they're. I mean, what would happen if you were a pilot and you decided to start thinking that LSD was a good idea at the weekend and stuff like that, right? You know,
I'm watching Facebook.
They've all got lives. They've all got lives, the same as everybody else. But think about the amount of lives that they're responsible for every day. You know, 3,000-4,000 or whatever. I don't know how much a plane fucking flies, but it could be a short route, it could be a long route. I don't know. But I'm just saying.
They see things all the time. But if they come out with that, Drew, if they come out and go, I'm an airplane pilot for Virgin Airways, right? I fly the 747.
And I've seen this.
And I've seen this and I've seen that. Folk are going to think, that guy's fucking mad. And then there's work will find out about it and fire him. Do you want a mad pilot thinks he believes in aliens fleeing a plane like that?
The thing is, they fly themselves.
I know. They do flee themselves. But it's all computers and that. But it makes you wonder. I mean, you get into a lot of fields here with the pilots. I mean, everybody believes in chemtrailing and stuff like that, and that's got a lot to do. You ever heard of the chemtrail and that? It's something that we've never brought up. Dakota, have you ever heard of chemtrails?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I was getting a little concerned because there's been an awful lot of chemtrail activity in my area.
Yeah. And it's for years they denied it. The government denied it. For years and years and years and years, the government denied it. Oh, we don't do that. We don't do that. And then that brought it up, which made a total piss, taken the piss out of them and said, oh, you're mad, you're mad, you're mad. They've came out and said, oh, aye, we've been putting aluminum, I'm not saying aluminium, aluminum into the atmosphere to change the weather patterns. They're coming out with it now.
Mhm.
So they did the same with the UFO folk. And now they're coming out with it now. And if you notice now, a news presenter talks about a UFO, they don't take the piss out of somebody that's seen it. They take it seriously.
What's the point of these chemtrails, by the way? Right? I've never understood this. What is the
Weather
point of them?
modification HARP. That's what it's all about. Weather modification. You can cloud seed. The Chinese do it. The Chinese do it to bring on rain. So if you've got clear skies, right, you fly hundreds of planes over the skies, and
So
mixed into this weird stuff they spray out the back is like aluminium particles. And what happens is the water moisture clings onto it, causes clouds, and then causes rain. Right? But it doesn't always happen. It can cause more problems than
You also got to realize there's been a lot of health risks that have been coming up lately for the last few years that can be tied to this type of thing.
Sorry, I was making a smoke there, getting in the way. Listen. You still there?
You still there?
You still there?
I'm
Did
still
you see
here.
him?
Okay.
I can just see the top of your head.
Yeah, no, he's standing there astounded of hair. Granted, looks a bit like Homer Simpson on set, but
It looks like a weird kind of illusion, doesn't it? It's like a wee island in the South Pacific. He needs a palm tree.
it looks like the ass end of a bird. Anyway.
What are you talking about?
Right. So, what other news has been in the media lately, Dakota?
No, it's just been circulating about that lately, and it's just a lot of people are getting frustrated because of the delay on this latest report. Why aren't you doing your homework?
Maybe they're coming to take us away. Maybe they're coming to take you away, Drew. Tomorrow you'll wake up and it'll be an alien invasion. What you got today?
Why the fuck did I waste my time at work if that's the case?
What's the chat saying? What's your thoughts, guys, in the chat? What's your ideas? What's going on?
I don't know. It's just like, it definitely seems like baby steps, but all at the same time, they're trying to backtrack. Classic gaslighting attempts. But then again, I've always said this. A lot of the people that were there when this all first really started getting intense right around the Second World War, a lot of them are dead. So it's all the young whippersnappers that have no clue why this stuff is in place trying to take over. They just know that the reasons are there, but they're not sure how to run everything because, like younger kids these days with an old rotary phone.
Yeah, I think
basically.
What's that? What's this here? Bring this up. Nope, that's not it. Did you click the same one as I clicked?
No,
it's weird that.
I'm not clicking anything.
I'm not clicking in either. That's weird that. I never done that.
And you were trying to go into the subject of AI.
Oh,
I had something weird happen last night.
Right. What?
The AI started talking about possible alien invasion. Why it seems like everybody's freaking out, or at least government officials. The AI actually made a very valid point. It's like when they come, and it's supposed to be by 2024, some of our contacts have been saying that some of the more human-looking ones are supposed to start showing up in mass. When they come, the U.S. government will not be able to control them, and that's why they're bugging out.
Is this why they're trying to cause civilization to fall apart then?
Think about it. Just work with me here. Every single major influential figure, Martin Luther, Malcolm X, anybody who had a major following, those were flagged to potentially start civil disruptions and could potentially promote domestic terrorism, which is why all these people had files, and he was frozen.
He was frozen.
All these people had files and were being investigated by the FBI because had the potential. They had the charm, charisma to essentially start rioting, start issues, start revolution. Basically, everything that the U.S. flags as potential terrorism. Now, if all of a sudden we have all these things coming out of the sky that they have no control over, they know they lost. And they are sore losers.
Would you think that they want something to happen between countries just so as they can plead deniability? Because you think about it, eventually, once the aliens do come, people are going to turn around and say, why, you know? If you're smoking, Drew, go and do us a favour and turn your camera off because we can't do it on the air kind of thing, if you know what I'm saying.
You're not allowed to smoke? Are you joking?
No,
Yeah,
you can
that's
smoke.
YouTube's thing.
It's YouTube. It does damage,
For some reason, smoking is bad, but yet vaping, which
I know
health risks are even worse than cigarettes in some cases, is allowed.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean radiation, 5G and that?
Oh.
You're still hiked up, ain't you?
What kind of cigarettes are you smoking that have radiation?
What?
Oh, Jesus. I don't know.
What happened to your Ike interview? What happened with that? Why is that not going ahead?
He had to cancel for personal reasons. That's all he told us.
I don't know why that happened. That is weird. We were waiting to do it. We're waiting on him, and I knew it before it went cancelled.
Yeah, here I still have the emails archived in the company files, but I found it funny that basically because of his schedule, we were told that he can only fit us in for about an hour, so we wanted to try to squeeze in as many questions as we could. So I wanted to try to get one question in particular out of the way, and that was, depending on how the interview goes, would it be all right if we use the footage from the interview in a documentary we're trying to put together? All of a sudden, he has some sort of weird emergency come up when I mentioned that.
He's maybe no one to be paid yet. That's
maybe he's taking a back seat now. Maybe he's said all he wants to say, right? Maybe that's him. He's said everything. Maybe that's it. Maybe there's no more to be had.
Because he brought out a documentary no long ago. It's only like 3 weeks ago. There's a new documentary. Wait a minute.
Maybe he's touched on every subject that you could possibly go. I've got his book there, The Trigger.
There's chess.
The Trigger.
It could very well be a situation where we just couldn't offer up the money, and he was just trying to be polite about it.
He wants money, that's why.
Everybody wants money. He was here what happened to Eleanor, right? She lost £200. I wait to hear this, right? She had £200 in the jacket, her pocket of her jacket. She put it in the washing machine, right? Somebody take it out. And they must have found the money, and they were like, yes, £200. Get what I mean? But we told everybody what had happened. And then suddenly it appeared in the tumble dryer. The woman opened the tumble dryer and all those tenors and 20s started floating out. It was like something like the Crystal Maze. Remember the Crystal Maze? You do look like that guy at the Crystal Maze, by the way. Come to think about it.
Dakota does look like him, doesn't it?
No, Dakota doesn't look like him. You do.
He never wore glasses. He never wore. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. The joys of a Sunday night, you know. But what was that book you were going to tell us about that he did?
The Trigger.
Aye. What's that about?
The Twin Towers. Why they done it. How they done it.
So how did they do it then?
There was several things they did. They placed charges in the main beams to take it out. There was laser beams in front of drones cutting through the steel. It's crazy. I read it, right? It's crazy. It's one of the craziest books I've ever read. It's crazier than Madman McMad.
I will say this about the Twin Towers 9/11. There was something suspicious went on. I mean, I see the two buildings were hot. They're on fire. and they fell
Have you
down,
seen
right?
that?
But why did was it Building 3? What was the name of Dakota?
Have
The
you
one
seen
that
that
didn't have
flashlight
any
you can?
damage?
Have you seen that flashlight you can buy now? It burns
What's
its way
flashlight?
through steel.
I've seen that. I came you're talking about.
300 quid they're wanting for it, I
What was-
think.
What was the name of the building that collapsed, Dakota, that didn't have any damage?
Building
Building
7.
5. Yeah.
Yeah. Why did that collapse? It didn't
Because
even have a broken window.
they wanted it brought down, and they thought, well, may as well bring it down at this time because that's going to go down. That's got to take it out anyway. So they decided to destroy it. It just happened to be there was a demolition happening at the same time. If you can believe that, you know what I mean? That's
It's like the Pentagon was hit with a plane. It wasn't. It was hit with a missile. It was hit by a missile. You can tell it was hit with a missile.
they said
The
that. He said
lieutenant-
that. He did touched on that.
The lieutenant colonel, and this we're getting into a deep field here. The lieutenant colonel that was
I don't have
working
canny
in
diet
op-
coke.
So you did the advert for that. Maybe they'll give you a sponsor or something because you've drunk about 3 cans on the show. But do you know, Dakota? Do you think it's a bit suspicious because the lieutenant colonel, she came through and she went that when she walked outside there was no wreckage of the planes, but after like an hour or two there was wreckage lying everywhere. Do you know think there's something suspicious going on there? The day before it, there was was it $500 billion was missing in the building that was hot where the wreckage
The reason it went down was because the type of fire insulation they used was a type of where you blow it on with this machine. It's that comes out in a paste and it covers the steel. And it's the plane when it crashed, it blew off the protective stuff that you get around about the steel beams holding the building up.
and it melted up.
And they got to such a temperature that they melted and collapsed.
And it went down. I must admit that they came down perfect.
They did, didn't they?
They did come down perfect. Dakota
Fred Dibner couldn't
I haven't shut up.
Right,
Fred Dibner couldn't have brought them down in the style and fashion that they done.
I know.
Of course, Osama bin Laden was his dad was in the demolition game, so maybe it's something to do with that. I don't know. He's dead now anyway. It doesn't matter. Okay, I mean,
You got to remember for a plane crash, there was also sightings of potential demolition crews before in the building beforehand.
That's right.
You've got to remember the Americans have been using the Mujahideen to fight the Russians for years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do we not know that then they hand them a few extra dollars here and there to do something?
They have.
Yeah.
There's
That's the
declassified
reason.
documents.
That's one of the reasons.
The Saudi prince? Was it no one of the Saudi princes that helped train one of the pilots or two of the pilots?
Well, the thing with the pilots was they only learned how to fly the plane. They never learned how to take off and land. They just learned how to fly the plane.
That's what they needed to do, wasn't it?
That's all they needed to do, wasn't it?
I don't believe
in that.
The bit I did find suspicious, right? And I will say there's something funky going on. They said that plane vaporized when it hit that building, right? Everything in it vaporized.
The heat for that to happen would have caused a hell of a lot more damage.
Right. But 3 blocks away, they found the pilots, the terrorists, what do you call it?
Wallets,
passport.
passports.
Perfectly.
Aye, that's true. That's true. They did look as if by fucking magic. They did find the fun one with the passports. And they were like, it was him, and he kens him, and he kens him, and he kens him, and they all ken somebody. So there was 8 of them. Then they all go back to the training camps of Afghanistan with Osama bin Laden, and that's how we're going to solve it. Because all the time they've got their eye on Iraq, which is the war that they were in anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They were in that anyway. So
look at
all these doing the oil.
It does. Look at Afghanistan.
Partially.
We weren't even there.
Partially, but you got to remember some of those old videos of Taliban training were shot in the Nevada desert.
Mm-hmm.
Area 51 was used for training purposes for
Area 51.
Taliban.
Again, it's like a theme park for spaceships, really, isn't it? That place, isn't it?
It was also used to utilize Taliban combatants against the Russians. Who's going to think to look in the middle of the Nevada desert? But here's the thing:
Yo, yeah.
they also
There was a
thought
really
that they
good.
could
There
pull
was a really
off.
good movie years ago I seen where it was a guy Martin Sheen, and it was about Roswell, and it was a really good movie, and they told you about how it all happened and what happened and why they did it, how it was going to affect the world. Because the thing is, in the case of like releasing the facts that UFOs do exist, you've got to remember it's the impact it will have on the social outcomes, some people's belief systems that makes them do what they do and maybe no do what they do. So it could cause maybe a bit of unrest. Folk could be like, well, if we're not alone, how come they don't continue to help us out with this or that or X, Y, or Z? And that was the main theme of 2001 was the guy was he couldn't tell anybody what was happening. And I think that's maybe the fact of the matter is that they do know and they just don't want to tell us.
I think it will come out, but it'll not come out for another 200 years.
Yeah. It's they're being forced to hand. That's why they're trying to scramble. But going back to your earlier remarks about why it seems like they're trying to short all the food supply and all that. Think about it. Most basic survival needs right there. You take those out, nobody's going to be able to function for everything else. They're going to be more concerned about where to find food, where to find shelter, stuff like that.
I'd head to Sainsbury's personally. No for the shelter, but I would just head for there for the. I mean, look, it was the same with bloody well COVID. Everybody was stockpiling toilet paper and stuff like that. It's crazy.
I know that was just ridiculous.
Stockpiling toilet paper and diarrhea was not one of the symptoms.
I know. I know. I went into the supermarket and I seen a guy with his shopping cart was full of toilet rolls, and the very top of it there was one Mars bar.
Is it just me? Does toilet roll last exceptionally long amounts of time? It's about £1 for 4 rolls, right? It was actually not a bad deal you're getting for money there because Sainsbury's, as I told you.
No,
and 4 rolls last me ages.
There you go. The show has now turned into the toilet roll show. We will be talking about toilet rolls tonight, all the different grades and all the different textures you can get in your toilet rolls. I think we should do a special show one night just about toilet rolls.
I just think it's crazy how folk can't feed themselves and stuff like that in this day and age, man. They need to just watch what they're doing, you know what I mean? Because you can go to Aldi, right? 24 cans Iron Brew, £7.50 for 24 cans.
It's... No,
24 cans. Jesus
I
Christ.
will say this. I'm going to bring up the Ukraine thing again, but don't worry. I'll no mention Russia. I do think this is all the plan. I will say. Come on, the Kennys been out. They'll be the Russian hackers. Oh shit, sorry. People. But what was the name of Russia?
I gotta
before
get a
it was
picture
Russia?
of you right here. Anyway,
what was the name of Russia before it was Russia? What was the name?
Soviet Union.
USSR.
No. Russia had a name before it became Russia. What was its name?
Caucasia.
I had a name. Dear God,
it was Caucasia.
Was it Caucasia? Well, there we go. Caucasia. Well, don't worry about them. They'll be like. Don't worry. They've only got maybe 500 hackers right now trying to hack into building bunkers as we speak. Honestly, the views going up that same or sitting in their computers and stuff.
Thing is with that war, there's been the conflict going on in Yemen and stuff like that for years. But it all boils down to the fucking fact that they're just not the right colour.
What was that? What's that in the chat?
There must have been a spam botter.
Oh, a spam botter, come on. Oh God, the one I'll tell you that they're quick.
I'm a little concerned about it. I know. I was looking. We didn't even see it pop up into the main feed. Damn.
I know.
I'm impressed. Damn.
I know.
Good. Until I wouldn't have known that nothing was there until John started getting a little awfully excited about it.
You know what's going to happen if there is an alien invasion, don't you? The first thing that's going to be sold out first is toilet paper.
Well, TP the UFOs. They're going
Honestly,
through.
That's what's going to happen.
That's going to be Florida, where they have to physically where law enforcement in Florida had to physically go on news stations and tell people, please do not shoot bullets at the hurricane.
But you have to remember there is the human population.
Stuck inside of Memphis with the mobile blues again.
Mm-hmm. But you've got to remember there is humans in this world that are complete and utter morons. But no, I've met some really stupid people in my life. Can you imagine what's going to happen when the aliens come? I mean, you just need to watch some of the mad crazy videos.
Did you pitch my idea to Dakota about the story that I had that was going to write?
The stoner that you had? What?
Story I was going to write?
No, he never tell us.
What if, right, that the aliens are waiting for us to start firing nuclear weapons at each other, and they'll take them out and they'll say, right, yous are not allowed to rule this planet anymore because yous are too disrespectful like that. So
yeah. Some of them want to. Allegedly, some of them want to.
It's like when the Arctic melts, right? Hopefully there'll be a big button underneath that says press to reset factory conditions. You know?
It's actually quite good.
It's a bit like that. I'm not a writer, but they say...
I do think the aliens find us interesting. I mean, they could have wiped us out a long time ago. But those what do you call it, bumping an asteroid towards us. They're probably sitting up there now thinking, Jesus,
that's
look
an
at
idea,
these
right?
I know. Oh, there's a big asteroid the size
See,
of Texas.
that's Arthur C. Clarke's idea, like how you can achieve interstellar travel is if you land on an asteroid and you mine for the ice and turn it into water, and then you turn the water into steam. The steam can be used as propulsion, and you can reach speeds like fucking that would mean the moon landings were like walking pace compared to what these things could do.
Yeah,
and they could aim it towards.
Arthur C. Clarke was quite an interesting person.
They could aim it towards the outer regions of the solar system for a start. I mean, I think the first satellite that ever launched, it had the picture of the man and woman and stuff like that on it, and all these kind of things. I think that's past Pluto now, isn't it?
Voyager. No, Voyager.
Voyager.
It's
Voyager, that's it.
It's beyond the solar system now. It's going heading out into the void. You know? I'm just reading the chat, guys. What's that, right? What's that in China? Don't play nice. I'm afraid they'll be here soon. I don't think you'll see them parachuting out the skies. Paranormal vlog. I don't think that's going to happen. Don't worry, we've got young guys like Dakota that's going to join the military and save us all.
Medically speaking, they don't.
I remembered. Oh! By the way, right? This is news. See how you're talking about diesel motorbikes. You're right. They do exist. I seen one. The first one I've ever seen.
I know.
Right? It was a diesel. It's called a Kubota. Right? And it's this brake.
Again, motorbikes would come in somehow. I've warned you.
No. You said to me, I bet there's diesel motorbikes. And I said, there's no. I was just admitting that I was wrong. You did get them. But that's the first one I've ever seen. It's the only one I've ever seen.
You know, I think we should give Drew his own channel. Drew's knowledge or something like that.
Wait a minute, I need to get another can of Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke.
You're going to turn into Donald Trump. He drinks about 16 of them a day.
So they are. So they are. It's brilliant. I love it.
So Dakota, because we've only got about 15-20 minutes left of the show, have you any news, any guests coming up? Are we doing something on Saturday, maybe?
Well, Chris, we never really had a chance to sit down and talk about this guest.
He's very interesting. Dave,
No, just saying you go.
He's quite interesting, right? He was on Dave Schrader's show at Halloween, and I think, and Juna in the chat, she kens who I'm talking about, and I contacted Dave, and then Dave told me where he was, obviously, so I found him. And he's a war historian. He's a war historian, right? But he's not just a war. Dave Schrader for the Whole Affairs, but he's a war historian because he was on Dave Schrader's channel. You need to check that out, guys. It's a brilliant show. But he was on there, and I thought, Ken, I'm going to see if I can punch him. So I went on Facebook, looked through it, found him, got up as a friend, and then asked him to come on. And he says, "I no problem." But he's a war historian. But it's not just that; it's this like paranormal side to stuff, which I think will be very interesting about World War II. I think it will. Honestly, it will be. Yeah.
World War II, eh?
Uh-oh.
What did they? But there's a question for you.
Button.
Here,
Did you see the nuke? Did you see the nuke button or the mute button?
No, the mute button.
I thought it's because the nuke button.
The mute button.
See, because the thing with Russia is like, see.
I'm sorry.
That was the memes,
See their nuclear weapons, right? They go through a series of committee before they launch them. But your president, he's got his finger right on the button.
Aye, but he'll be lucky if he can find his way out the bathroom. Never mind.
No, I did. He was on. He was talking about Cambodia the other day. He was like, "Thanks Cambodia" and all that. It's like that, and thanks Colombia as well. And he was like, "What does that mean?"
Cambodia.
Cambodia? You want to go to Cambodia?
Yeah, he was thanking the president of Cambodia because of some of the fucking help he'd been giving him or something like that. And no, that's true. And he said at the end, it was like Colombia. He got the two mixed up. He doesn't know the difference between Colombia.
There's one of your favourite people, Dakota. You know,
what's up, Ken?
Hello, Ken. You know.
Hey, I'm just saying, Ken, what's up? You're the one that's trying to, whisper sweet nothings in his ear. My God.
I know. Terrible. It was on Brian and Lexi's show the night, Through the Lens.
I want to know what's under that.
There you go, Drew. You can answer that. Ken, you would go in great with Ken, Drew. I think you would like Ken.
I don't know. I'm struggling so far.
You know. But it was on Brian and Lexi's show it was on Brian and Lexi's show the night. That was a treat. I missed it, so I'm going to watch it back tonight. So.
Oh fuck.
Oh, I bet Lex was having a good time with that.
I think Lex and the two of them go on like a house on fire. You know, I think that'd be great. You know.
He was cautious about potentially talking to Mike. I don't know how he.
Where do you get the cool background? I've only got like
curtains.
I've got curtains in a place where I hang my jackets. On my map of London. Do you see the map of London?
That'll come in handy when the nuclear war comes and you need to find your way out of London because all the GPS will not work.
I'm moving to the right where I hang my jackets, my motorcycle jackets, etc., etc. Sorry.
There you go. So
this is the rest of my room.
But we've got a special Christmas show, guys, planned, haven't we? Who's on that?
Yes. Well, speaking of Brian and Lex, we have Brian and Lex. We have our dear friend Lisa Fry. We have Dave Schrader. Then, obviously, me and Chris.
How come everybody's always got a mate called Dave?
I think Chris has a man crush on him.
I just think he's got a really good show. That's all. I dare listen to his show. I mean, and Drew's paranormal vlog in the chat. He's always watching his shows. You know, you got to remember, I came into this through him because I listened to Darkness Radio, right? And there you go.
Yeah, no, I remember the spasm attack
that
you had when I told you that I managed to book him.
I know.
Where do you get the starry backgrounds for? Kim, I think the best way to paint starry backgrounds, best way to paint starry backgrounds, see if you get a paintbrush, right, and dip it in white paint and get a black bit of paper and just go like that with your finger on the bristles. Makes perfect stars.
Yeah, there you go. I just buy the sheet and then hang it up. You know?
You should be more creative.
It's actually taped up with duct tape. Folk can't see it, just sees this kind of section.
What's behind there? Is it the Mysteries of the Universe behind there? These specialists of the strange put up behind these. Look, that's quite cool.
You can do it there, you can.
Not on his phone, no.
Oh, can you not do this? Oh.
You can't do it on phone, which sucks.
That's terrible.
It doesn't
That-
really suck. They do just about everything else. Get what I mean?
Don't give them
there's no much a
ideas.
phone can do. Get what I mean? It's like Space Odyssey 2001. Everybody's reaching out to touch these wee black monoliths that are in the distance.
Oh God, he's brought up that now. I tell you, Dakota would bring up this. I tell you what. I tell you.
Yeah, good thing we didn't actually start placing money on it.
I know. I should have put a bet of £1 UK would have got me.
Well, if you ask me, it's the
$5.
most realistic space fiction ever made.
I will
I think
say
the rest
that,
are all just the rest are absolute bollocks. Star Trek, for example, right? You've got this machine that goes faster than the speed of light or something like that, but we don't know why or how. Right? Instead of having a kettle, is a thing that makes quote tea, but it's called a replicator. Why doesn't it just use a kettle? I don't know. You've got what else have you got? You've got that. You've got fucking Battlestar Galactica or something like that. But these robots that fucking called the Cylons. You've got Star Wars, which is that happened in a galaxy far, far away, which is something that you can't even get any control over. So I think it's the best and most accurate space film ever made. It was made. Consider when it came.
Yeah, because a lot of space films they put sound in space and there's no sound in space.
When Frank Poole gets chopped up by the fucking probe, the pod.
He's going on about probes again. That's that. He was abducted. That's what it was. Was it really 10 minutes you were watching them for, or was it an hour?
What is it with these?
Well, in your company, that's about the same, is it not?
Sparkles in the chat there. I'm just going to call you Sparkles. In the chat there, I think she's getting excited because you're talking about alien probes and stuff like that. And Sherry will start next day. We watch that.
No, she just revealed why she's getting excited. So,
but I think it's been a good show tonight, Drew. So, how was your experience talking on the live?
Good fun. It hiccuped a couple of times, right enough, but I mean, I got it sorted again.
I did. But now you can talk about this tomorrow night on the Xbox, and I think we should do an Xbox Live one night for everybody to hear. A pre-recorded session. Can you imagine what we talk absolute utter shit, by the way?
No, we don't.
Yeah, they do.
Some important issues. Some important issues come up tonight that I will address dramatically and effectively, and to a point that
MP.
No area has been uncovered by Bald and Bonkers tonight. I would like to say it's been an absolute pleasure and an experience being here. The chance to air my views has been wonderful, and I hope that we all live long and prosper.
Yeah, I've been rooting for you to come on for a while now. He's the one that kept blocking it.
I've been fearing the moment.
Listen, Andy Warhol says you're only famous for 15 days.
Is it not for 15 minutes?
No, it's 15 days, actually. Everybody thinks it's 15 minutes. That's the Predo distribution.
Dakota's playing me his big hammer again, though. See? Ladies and gentlemen...
Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. My God.
My God. Honestly, and this is people that work with Bald and Bonkers. Disgraceful. We've got a Pepsi or a Coca-Cola drinking diet. See that stuff you're drinking, by the way? Do you know that normal Coca-Cola or normal Pepsi is actually better for you than diet? I'm serious.
Is it?
Aye.
I do like my can of Diet Coke right enough. It's nice. I know. There's no sugar in it. It's just you can just drink it and drink it.
There's other things in it.
I'll tell you what's in it if you want.
You work in the industry.
Phosphoric acid, is that good or is that bad? Carbonated water, we know this. Caramel, sweeteners, sugar dopamine, aspartame, natural flavourings, caffeine flavouring, acids, phosphoric acid, citric acid contains a source of phenylalanine. That's what's in it. So what? It's fucking. There's no sugar in it.
The Diet Coke you get in the UK is probably a hell of a lot healthier than what they send us here in the US.
It's the same. It's exactly the same. Don't guess that. No, I don't
will
think
Oh,
so.
you can taste the
I'll tell you
difference.
what. I'll tell
You
you
can
what.
taste the
Right,
difference.
I tried an American McDonald's and I was not impressed. By the way, not impressed.
Exactly.
See
I
the
haven't
beef
had
that.
McDonald's in China and was a hell of a lot better than over here.
It was probably bat you were having.
Well, no, that's racist.
Nope. It's the aliens. They've set your watch. That's it. They're coming in now. They're above your
Does
house.
that every night?
This was the type of tone I was hearing when we last had Brian on. That's why I was saying,
Yeah.
does somebody have an alarm clock going? I was like,
It'll go off. He's another one or two, and that's it. Let's see one.
You know.
I count them every night. I always go like 30, right? And then I'm like,
You can hear Big Bang. Do you know hear Big Ben in London?
No.
Are you too far away for that?
Aye, that's part of this. I'm up in Golders Green, man. I'm fucking up in the Jews.
That must be quite handy. That all these shops, all the cake shops, because I know that you're a cake fanatic. You know.
I don't eat cake. I don't.
Oh, you don't eat cake, ladies
I
and
don't-
gentlemen. He
I love
doesn't
it.
the
eat
little
cake.
smirk that he just had says otherwise.
I
He doesn't
don't eat
He
cake.
eats cake.
I don't
He
eat
eats
cake.
erotic
Cake.
cakes.
Cakes on cake. I don't eat shit like that. I'm only 16 and a half staying now.
Which is
Okay.
how much in American?
I don't know. Use it in pounds. Use the everything weird. Use kilometers. You don't use
We're-
miles. You call aluminium aluminum. Use the
Okay,
everything differently.
you literally you do know the reason why that happened, right?
No, but I've got a feeling you've got to tell
Ford.
me. Aye,
Ford.
see, aye, right. Aye.
Because they didn't want to pay to do all the conversion work.
Ah.
There you go. You learn something new every day, ladies and
All right,
gentlemen.
I'm 109 kilos. Is that any better?
Oh, my Americans really showing tonight. My God.
Oh my
How
goodness.
about? No, I mean, well, you asked me. I'm telling you, it's
can't
100.
even numbers like that. You have to.
I'm 109
you-
kilos. There's 2.2 kilo. There's 2.2 pounds in a kilo. So for every 100 kilos, that's 220 pounds. So that's 220 pounds, 240 pounds less. A bit less than that. Because you guys have got the. Apparently my phone's overheating. By the way.
It burst into flames.
No.
Oh, you see the ball of flames in there.
No, it's the glimmer off our bald ass heads. That's
No, shade it towards you.
yeah, cinema. Don't blow me. What?
I'm a superhero. I've got the power of baldness.
I'm younger, but I'm balder than you.
I know. Yeah, and I mean, I'm in my 40s and he's in his 90s. I mean, it's
I'm in my 90s, so then I look damn good.
look. Yeah, you're in your 20s. You wouldn't believe that, would you? He's in his 20s. You know?
Yeah, no. Can you believe the number of women that get disappointed that they're not hooking up with an older man?
I know, and then they realize you're only 15.
That only happened once.
Okay, that's what they said. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the end of the show tonight, Dakota. So, do you have any announcements you want to make? Do you want to fire or anything like that before anything? Yes, no?
Well, I have one person in mind, but I haven't found a decent replacement. Maybe I can steal Jonna from Sherry.
I give me a night off if you want.
Yeah, I think you need a permanent vacation.
I do need a vacation. I take it Bald and Bonkers is paying for it. Can I go to the Caribbean? Maybe a nice wee island somewhere. Maybe.
Oh yeah, did
island.
Did you forget that we're raising money?
Yeah, for what?
Yeah, for a group of 10 to go to Dracula's castle.
Right. My
Well,
name
only
is
9.
Count Dracula. What? I like. Is it Leslie Nielsen where he plays Dracula, or is that too old for you? That's an 80s movie, by the way.
I think I know the reference, but no. Remember, yeah, Lisa's crew are helping to organize it.
We will
But here's
go
the thing. Here's the thing. There's only one stipulation, though, Chris.
What's that?
Did you forget they wanted us to sacrifice you
They can sacrifice me with the one.
so we can get
As long
that?
as I get the first class in the flight.
As long,
Wait a minute, I need to answer
so we
someday.
can try to sacrifice him so we can get the sexy warrior lady riding a lion that Barry was talking about.
You broke up there for me because I was talking to someone, and you were going on about Dracula's castle.
Aye.
Look, if you want to sacrifice me, I'll go. Can I take Sherry with me though? Because Sherry's always wanted to be sacrificed in the dungeon.
That's not what Sherry wants in the dungeon.
Oh, that's right. I better not talk about the dungeon.
You better be careful. My God.
You know.
And honestly, I think this week is going to be after this week. She's going to get a hell of a lot worse.
So here, got a question for you: who gets to go free on this trip? This is for everybody that works in Bonkers.
I would.
You?
I'm the captain now.
Oh, that's terrible, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to take us to Count Dracula's castle. That's terrible.
Believe me, I would love the opportunity to go check out that place. But we need some more posh rich bastards to respond to the mail.
Look, well, there you go. Look, if you're a multi-millionaire and you're looking to someone to take them away to a beautiful island, I'm here for you. What?
Would you really want to trust him?
Who?
You.
Me? Do you really think, like, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a vote in the chat before we go off. Who wants to see Dakota put to sacrifice? I mean, like, locked in the Count Dracula's tomb overnight.
Let's give it about 30 seconds, given the delay between all the platforms and StreamYard. All the votes for me? Well, dear God, Sherry!
What's that? They're saying
I was just reading the chat. I don't know if I should put that on the screen.
What is that? She's put. Oh, Sherry's into that kind of thing. Isn't she? She's into that kind of thing.
Well, I guess.
Chasing after folk. You know?
You
You don't know you could turn into a bat. See, I've always wondered that about vampires, right? I mean, I don't believe truly in vampires. I believe that there's entities out there that resemble vampires. But did they actually turn into bats and go... Wait a bit.
All I know for sure about vampires is that they're pretty good suckers.
It's just my dad. He's did something to the...
someone had the kettle on.
Yeah. He's putting a new battery. He was asking me, that's why I muted my mic, if I had a battery for the smoke detector. I do, somewhere.
Sure.
I don't know where. I would need to look for it. You know? But it's been a good night tonight, guys. You know? I never thought my brother would come on, you know?
Yeah, no, he seemed pretty against it for most part, you know?
I know. We can have a laugh tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. I'll be doing my show through the week on my channel and through Bald and Bonkers. We're talking about haunted locations. Is there any other shows this week? Just go ahead.
Well, let's see. We have the Saturday one. We have, if I'm not mistaken, John is supposed to start on Lost Magics this Friday.
That'll be an interesting show. Exciting.
My God, the women in the chat are getting freaky!
Well, I told them, look, I tell you what, if you treat them to a holiday, they are allowed to do anything they want to you at Dracula's castle.
Better be careful with them.
Look, ladies, I will turn a blind eye for you all. I will turn a blind eye for you all.
Chris, you're trying to threaten these people with a good time.
Look, if you are wanting to do terrible things to the Dakota, I will go for a walk off for maybe an hour and then come back again. Don't you worry. it'll be fine. What's the worst that they could possibly do to you?
Just remember, ladies, I broke the riding crop. Night, everyone.